Hey guys, it's Becca and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a new segment called Tea with B, which really just consists of me spilling the tea and spilling you all in, as I would say, on some latest gossip in my life, as well as the latest tea going on in the news. And by news, I mean social media news, because I'm not educated enough to talk about our world. Anyways, in these segments, I'm going to be having a different beverage. Today we have the lovely McDonald's Coca-Cola, a personal favorite of mine. And today's segment is going to be a little more personal. We're going to talk about a horrific story that happened to me 2 days ago. Let's jump right in. Also, a phrase that I coined, and I'm going to trademark, I think, is when someone says, ooh, what's the tea? Or like, oh, I have tea. You have to say, spill me in. It makes sense, right? It's like, fill me in, but like, spill me in. I really like it. I made it up. Anyways, as you can tell by the title of this video, this is a little story time about my experience with Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines. Let me start. I don't have anything necessarily against Delta, per se. I don't usually fly with them. I'm more of an American Airlines girl myself, or an Aer Lingus, but that's just me. But I flew Delta to Sarasota, Florida, and I stopped in Atlanta. My way there, seamless. Didn't miss a beat. Like, I was on the plane, next to the stop, on the stop, to Sarasota. Incredible. And then I came home 4 days later, 5 days later, 6 days, I came home. And I didn't have as seamless as an experience with Delta, but let's begin. Firstly, they were trying to get me to check my bag, which I know they do that because they don't have enough overhead space with, like, I get, but also, like, plan for that. But anyways, I didn't check my bag, thank God, because listen to what happened to me. I get on the plane, and at first I'm like, okay, the plane is literally smoking. Turns out it's just compressed air. Here's a video of what it looked like. Turns out it's just compressed air that's supposed to be there, but I have never seen that before. And I lived in Ireland and Spain and traveled like every weekend, and I never saw that. But anyways, I thought that was weird. And no one seemed to be worried, so I was like, it's fine. And then we take off, things are good, things is fine, things are fine, and then there's like some turbulence, and I love turbulence. I think it's like a roller coaster. But the like pilot came on and was like, there's gonna be a little bit of turbulence, please buckle your seatbelt, and I don't know, you'll be fine. And I was like, okay. But like, do you ever have those like gut feelings where like you think something's gonna go wrong, but like you don't really know why? Like you just kind of like have a gut feeling about it. That was what I was having on this flight. And like, I didn't think I was gonna die or anything. I just like kind of felt like something was gonna go wrong. And boy, was I correct. We're pulling into the Atlanta airport. He said we're ready for landing. Turns out we were not ready for landing because we did not land. We literally, here's the airport. We went like this. Bloop, missed the airport, and then we just kept circling around the airport for 45 minutes. And I'm in the air like, like, that's the airport that I need to go to. Like, what? I'm no pilot, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to land at the airport, not fly around it for 45 minutes. I don't know. Anyways, they weren't really telling us what was going on. They were just kind of like, we're circling, and I was like, I can tell. Keep in mind, I was doing a connecting flight, so I was connecting in Atlanta to go to St. Louis. So I'm looking at the time being like, oh yeah, my flight leaves in 45 minutes. While I'm in the air. Anyways, so then I'm circling, we're circling. The pilot comes on after 45 minutes and explains that one of our landing gears isn't working. What? Did like circling for 45 minutes, did he think it was gonna work? Like, I'm confused. But I guess it wasn't working, and then he said it turned on, so I guess that means it was on, but he like didn't believe it. He might have just like think it went on, but he didn't know if it was actually on or not, whatever. So I'm, again, not a pilot, but I'm pretty sure when you're descending, you start descending like, here's the airport, you descend like way over here. You start getting lower, and so that you can like smooth glide in. No. Since we were above the airport circling the whole time, we went like this. Zoop. Literally fell. Not fell because we were in control, but like, I felt the pilot be like, regular, not autopilot, zoop, and like down. And I was like, oh, literally horrible. We went straight down, and then we like descended. And then on the runway, you know how you usually go really, really fast and you slow down and you drive to your gate, it's the whole thing? No. We landed, we went super fast. He slams on the brake. We all fly forward. And I was like, oh, are we okay? Keep in mind, from the air, I saw a lot of flashing lights. I saw a lot of fire engines and a lot of ambulances at the airport. And I was like, that's odd. But when we land, No one gets up, no one gets off. We're stuck on an active runway. The pilot comes on and is like, oh yeah, we're on an active runway, so we can't really leave, but it's very dangerous, so be careful. And I was like, you're the one driving, you be careful, what? And he was like, we're gonna get this checked out and then hopefully we'll go to our gate soon. Keep in mind, 30 minutes and my flight leaves. 30 minutes. I call my mom and dad. I'm literally crying at this point because I'm gonna miss my flight to St. Louis and have to stay in Atlanta overnight. And then the pilot comes on again and he goes, as you can see, there are a lot of fire engines and ambulances here. Those are for us, just in case this plane was not gonna land. What? Literally, our pilot expected that the landing gear wasn't gonna work and we were just gonna do like straight metal on concrete, like nosedive down. And I literally, like, I think that when that was when the severity of it kind of like kicked in, because I like cried. I was like, here we go. Like, I could have just died just now, which I could have. And everyone around me was just like kind of like on edge. Like no one really knew what to do. Like I was on the phone with my parents, like literally crying. We stay in there for another 45 minutes, not 45, like 20 minutes. At this point, 20 minutes till my plane was supposed to leave from Atlanta. I finally get off the plane, finally, and I took off. Legitimately sprinting through the airport. I had to switch terminals, wait for a train, pulling my suitcase with me. Thank God I didn't check that thing because I don't even know if it would have made it to St. Louis. I'm pulling, I'm legitimately dying. I get to my next gate and I'm like, are you still open? And they were like, yes. And I was like, woo! She was like, you literally made it in the nick of time. And I was like, don't even tell me. Like, you don't even want to know what I just went through. And I think when I'm in times of distress, or like women are in distress, that's when like every single guy wants to flirt with you. Cause I was like bright red, sweating. I was not in the mood to be talked to. And this guy waiting at the gate was like, if you give me $10, I'll open the gate for you. And I was like, what? Like, no. And I didn't even talk to him. I just ran past him and I was like, sorry. And then I get on the plane, very exasperated, very tired, very sweaty, and everyone started clapping. They're like, you made it! And I was like, if you guys even know what I just went through, like, you would be appalled. And then I sit down in my seat and I was like, huh. And I was like, heavy breathing. And then another guy who was cute, but across the aisle was like, what's going on? And I was like, oh my God. And I told everybody who's sitting around me, like, you guys don't even know what I just went through. And then another guy runs in from my flight and he was like, were you on the Sarasota flight? And I was like, was I? And then he was like, me too. And then we high-fived and life was great. Anyways, they all applauded for me when I got on the plane. It was a great feat. And then we take off and I'm like, okay, this flight has to go smooth. Like there's nothing that can go wrong. I just literally went through like worst case scenario, almost died on the runway in Atlanta. And here I am. And then about halfway through the flight attendant comes on and she's like, if you're a doctor or a nurse or a medic, we need you right now. And I was like, what is happening? And then they kept running on the aisles with the AED, you know, the thing that you like put on your chest like to restart your heart. And I was like, is everyone okay? And then everyone around me was looking at me being like, you're bad luck. Like, you literally did this. And I was like, I did not do this, you guys, but this has never happened to me in my whole time of traveling. Like, what? And then I guess that person was fine. They didn't really go into detail about it, but I'm sure she was okay, or he, I don't know. I couldn't really see. I tried to look, but I was also like, I'm bad luck. I literally started laughing that happened, which is like, I wasn't laughing at the person who was obviously hurt, but I was laughing at how ironic that was, that like so much bad was happening to me. Anyways, I landed on the ground in St. Louis, thank God, because literally that was the last flight out of Atlanta and I would not have gotten home without it. So I'm here to tell the tale, and I'm here to tell you guys that Delta Airlines, it wasn't their fault, but I don't know if I'm gonna be flying with them again. So, but I liked their planes. I don't know. You guys, I understand that like sometimes landing gears don't work, but like, I mean, shouldn't they work? Like, I've been hearing a lot of stories about how they don't work, and I literally could have died. Like, I don't even think you guys understand. Like, everybody on the plane was like literally about to call their families being like, this is the end. Like, we're not gonna be able to land. We are literally gonna nosedive into Atlanta. That's why there were fire engines waiting for us to like put out the flames and like get the bodies. Like, that was the end. It was almost the end. I saw my life flash before my eyes. It was horrible. But I lived to tell the tale, and I couldn't sleep that night, and I barely have slept since, but I'm here. Tea time with B. Tea with B, spilling the tea with B, spill the tea with B, B with the tea. We're workshopping a name, but that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this new segment on my channel, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next Saturday. See ya.